Okay, Sean is back with some more advanced features of Skritter. And by the way, my knowledge base is this site right here, docs.skritter.com. So if you're wondering how to do something on Skritter, this is the perfect resource, docs.skritter.com. And you can access this from the Skritter help page. So we'll be looking at, on docs.skritter.com, we'll be looking at this page called Getting Started. So I think this is a great resource. They have pictures for everything. I click on Skritter website, desktop app, and I want to know about my study settings. Okay, look here. Look at all these pictures here, right? It's really comprehensive. Answers any questions you might have. And I'm not going to go over every single detail, right? But I'm going to kind of hit on some quick things. So we talked about how to study, but we haven't talked about this next section, which is how to add a list. Now, you guys are already studying from a list when you sign up for the classroom, right? You also might have some legacy lists, like lists that you don't want anymore. For example, like, I don't want this list. How do I get rid of it? How do I add a new list that I'm interested in? So there are two ways of doing it. You either press list up here, you press settings. It's the same thing. And I can see I'm adding words from these lists, I'm reviewing words from these lists. Okay, I don't want to add from this list anymore. What do? I can go to X, and I can delete the list. Important. If you delete the list, everything will be literally deleted. Like all your words that you study will just be gone. If you want to clear out your due items from the summer, this is the easiest way to do it. Confirm, remove. I can also like pause lists, right? If I don't want to add more, right? I can press here. I can for different study modes, blah blah blah. If I go down here to browse lists, I can even add more lists. Let's say, hey, I've studied this existing classroom list. I want to study some more words. Okay, I recommend something called HSK. For example, HSK2 or HSK3. These are official words created by the mainland Chinese government for their proficiency test. So, like, if you're like level 6, you're like advanced Chinese, and you can study these specific words. You can also study from different textbooks, different user-created lists. Just search for what you're interested in, right? One thing that you might want to do is like study from different sections of a list. So, for example, in our list here, there might be multiple sections, right? So, how do I do that? I can go to Settings. I can figure out which setting I want to study from. In words here, I can see my list of words. Right? Like, right? I studied that just now. And if I click on the word, I can get more details. I can get mnemonics, and I can look it up in the dictionary, all this stuff. Oh, I can even edit my own definitions if you want to customize it. Right? You press the custom button. Like this definition, you can add your own definitions, your own example sentences. You can star words. These are words that you feel like are difficult. Right? You can ban words. Like, I don't want to study this word. I can ban them. Right? I click the word. I get not here. I can unban the word. So, or ban it, right? Let's see, what else did they talk about here? Final step, study. Oh, if I want to study a specific list, on the desktop app, the way to study from one list, let's say I want to review one list specifically, is you click on the list, and then you press study now. This will only study from that one list. It won't study from your other list that you have. This is another way to sort of clear your due items. All right, what else? Let's see. Study settings. Let's look at this. Oh, this might be useful. I'm not going to go over this, but there are different gestures and stuff for how to do things on the app. But let's look at some of the study settings. Right? So if I go down to study here, so I go to account, and I go to study, I can see a lot of information. All right, so what is all this stuff here? And you can see it in more detail here. Here you can choose what parts you want to add. that. So, for example, some people don't want to study writing. It takes too much time. They want to focus on definition and tone. Just click it off. Retention rate is just their formula. So, like, if you have a high retention rate, it'll show you the words you need to study more often. Words in Skritter will add automatically on the desktop app. So this is not like the mobile app, but as long as I'm studying, like, it'll add words automatically as I'm studying based on a formula. If I want to manually add more words, I ran out of words, I have 0 items due. I press the plus button, and I can choose how many words I want to add. I can add 25 new words. That's a lot, right? Maybe like 5 words or 1 word. I can also choose the add frequency, the automatic add frequency here. Talked about goal mode. If you want to auto, like, sometimes I turn this off. If you want to auto advance, like, from cards, you can. I like to turn this off so I have time to, like, study, like, what did I get wrong before I move on to the next one. I can, hide definition, raw squigs, all this stuff, teaching mode. Talk about all this stuff. Save. One thing I didn't really talk about on the desktop app is, what do you do when you're actually learning when you get a word wrong? All right. So this is something that some students make a mistake with. They click on the word, they're like, I got it wrong. Like, whatever, right? But what they really should think, like, draw the tone. Let's draw the tone. It's wrong, right? What they really should do is think about why they got it wrong. What's the tone? I thought it was the first tone, but it's not. Let me listen.
新冠病毒
it's the first tone, but I wrote it wrong. Let me listen. 新冠病毒. Let me listen. Let's listen to example sentence.
这次新冠病毒的大流行对经济的影响很大。
I get it now. Okay. Let me even just try that again. I can go backwards. 新冠病毒. Interesting. 新冠病毒. I got it wrong, right? Let me listen. Let me practice, right? What's the definition? 新冠病毒. I got it wrong. Let me listen. Let me practice. So I think that's and see, one word has been automatically added. So I think that's something I would really encourage you to do is when you get a word wrong, you're not sure what the word is, think about it. Go back and look at the word. Don't be an active studier, not a passive studier. Okay, that is Skritter desktop version. I'm going to move on to the mobile version now.
Okay, guys, for the mobile app, let's look at some of the more advanced features. So on the desktop app, we can do things like add or remove decks. How do we do that on the mobile app? There's a very simple way to do so. You go into the deck, you press the 3 dots on the top of the screen in the right, and then you can do things like edit the deck, you can copy it, you can hide it, you can reset your progress, and you can delete it. So if you don't want an old list, press that delete button. Notice it will delete everything, so don't do this for our class list this year. Do this for old lists you don't want to study anymore. If I click on the sections, by the way, I can see the specific words. So this is how I go in and I look at all the words that I'm studying. I can see my stats. I can see example sentences.
这次新冠病毒的大流行对经济的影响很大。
I can edit it up here on the top right. I can ban the word if I want to. There's this really cool feature here where the app integrates with Pleco. If you guys don't know what Pleco is, actually I should probably record a video about that. Pleco is an awesome free Chinese dictionary. It's here, Pleco. And Pleco integrates with Skritter. So if I want to look up anything, like I want to look up Xinguan. Xinguan. Right? I can. Xinguan Bingdu. I can see all this stuff. I can see the stroke order. I can see example characters. I can see words, sentences. Well, maybe let's do with Xing instead. So I can see characters, words, sentences. This is a really, really awesome resource to look up any words And I can actually directly go into Pleco by clicking this Pleco button. Open, boom, look, it just pops up. So quick. So I think that's a wonderful sort of resource in terms of words. There's a test feature. So the test feature is a new feature of the new app. Basically, it's like, I want to study something. I want to study a specific section, right? For a test, and I can just press start cards. Maybe I want to do 10 cards or something. Boom, Wuhan. And maybe I want to only pick the words I've already learned. Boom, 新冠病毒. You just got it. So this does not count as part of space repetition. We talked about the space repetition system, their formula for reviewing flashcards. This is sort of an extra feature on top of that. So this will not impact your reviews or do items. It's just like an extra way to study, especially if you want to like focus on practicing for an upcoming test. But it's got all of the you know
新冠病毒
other features as well, the settings and things like that. Now, in terms of the study settings for words, how do we work on those? So let's review something. Let's go, Ben. Let's go say we're going to 10, 20 cards. We're going to do the Rush Chinese for list. Okay, let's go in. And let's click on the settings button here. All right, so you'll be able to see, you can turn on raw squigs. There's something called raw squigs, which is interesting. Like you can try this. What this does is it will not give you any grading. So you have to kind of grade it yourself, right? So you have to kind of look at the Chinese character and grade it yourself. It's sort of the most authentic experience. Auto advance, auto play, sound effects, all this stuff here is in the quick settings. And if I exit and I go to the home screen and I press the 3 hamburger icons, and if I go to settings, I can also see more advanced settings down here. You get more stuff like what to study, what mnemonics to use, your retention rate, and whether you want to turn on advanced SRS grading. This gives you like 4 options, right? You get like the forgot, so, know it really well, as opposed to just 2 options. I do recommend keeping this on, advanced SRS grading. You should also turn your retention rate to the highest so you get more review. Last thing about the app, there's a help screen. This will take you to the docs.skritter.com, super useful. They have comprehensive questions and answers to everything. How do I get back from docs? Close, here we go. There's also a sync button. This is important because if you want your time to sync up, you need to press it. Sometimes it auto syncs, but if you're not sure, just press it. Make sure you just press it, and that will sync your time up so I can see that you've done it 5 minutes today. And that's it for the mobile app.